Hi friends, welcome back, Regal Smith, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your own bottle of elderberry syrup. So elderberry is great for boosting your immune system. You only need 3 ingredients for this recipe, but we're going to add 3 essential oils at the end for flavor and for immune enhancing properties. So elderberries, they kind of look like this. They're little tiny dried elderberries. They smell kind of sweet a little bit. They actually taste bitter if they're not sweetened. And what we're gonna need is 1/2 cup, so just half a cup of elderberry, half a cup of raw honey. Use your best honey, local honey if you can get it from a farmer. I don't have any local honey right now, but I did the best I could with some Colorado raw honey, and 2 cups of water. Okay, so that's the basic of any elderberry recipe. The rest of the stuff added is for additional health benefits and flavoring. So just remember that. Okay, so half a cup of your elderberries, half a cup of your honey, and 2 cups of water. So what you're gonna do is pour it into a pan and you're gonna boil it. And I do mine for about 20 minutes, so I wanna boil it until it's reduced to about half, and I've already done that for you. So we start out with that 2 cups of water, and then the elderberries soak up some of that liquid as well. So it's gonna leave me with a little less than half a cup of actual liquid, which is okay. And so we're gonna strain this out once it reaches about room temperature, because we're gonna add our honey to this. And if you add honey to anything above 95 degrees, it then is no longer raw honey, and it starts to kill some of those healing enzymes that are already in honey. So I didn't know that until recently. So you wanna definitely wait a little bit and let it cool down. So that's right around 90 degrees we have. And then you're gonna strain your elderberry into a container. And I just put my mesh strainer right on top of a measuring cup. This is gonna make it really easy to pour into my bottle when I'm done. And we're gonna strain this all out. It's super important to boil your elderberries, because if you don't, they can actually be a little bit toxic. And you'll know if you haven't boiled them or you've had unboiled, because sometimes they can give you a little bit of nausea or diarrhea, which is not what we're looking for, and some stomach cramps. So when you boil it, it helps to get rid of that toxin in elderberries, and then it provides this really nice immune supporting benefit. And there's some research that shows that elderberry will reduce the length of a cold or flu by 4 days if you take it within 48 hours of the onset, and if you take it every few hours. And that's similar to some of our doTERRA essential oils as well. So On Guard as well would be a great thing to combine every few hours, a drop or 2 in conjunction with your elderberry to help kick that crud fast. Okay, so we are going to just strain it, and you can push it down a little bit to try to get some more of that liquid out of the berries. And you don't want to really keep these berries. You don't want to throw them in a smoothie or anything, because most of the nutrients we've just boiled into this concentrated liquid, and that's what we want. And also we don't want any of those GI upsetting properties left. So we don't need these berries, even though it looks like something that'd be really good in a smoothie. We're just gonna compost these or toss them, because you don't need them. So push out all that juice. Okay, and then we are gonna add our raw honey. And we just need about half a cup. I'm not a big measurer, so bear with me. We're just gonna pour it in. And honey is used as a natural preservative, and it also has some properties as well that are going to help it be healing for the body. It's a natural cough suppressant. So although you might be tempted to skip the honey, do not skip the honey. It's an important part of this recipe. And you're only taking about a teaspoon per dose. So the maintenance recommendation is about a teaspoon or so a day for adults. I give about half that to my 4-year-old. So I give her about half that. And then if we feel like we're coming down with something, we'll do more. We'll do every few hours, we'll do maybe a teaspoon. So we're doubling or tripling that amount. And then we're also combining it with diffusing our On Guard essential oils and using some of those immune supporting oils as well. So we don't get sick often in our house, but when we do, it doesn't seem to last very long. So I'm really thankful for that. Okay. So the trick with mixing it is you want to make sure that your liquid is still warm enough to melt that honey, but not too warm right off the stove where it kills those enzymes. So just let it sit out until it's around room temp, or at least 90 degrees. Mix it up really well. And then the fun part. So we are gonna add essential oils for flavoring and health benefits. If you are not an essential oil user yet, you can do herbs instead. So if I didn't have oils, I would have put about a teaspoon of cinnamon in, powdered cinnamon, and a teaspoon of grated ginger. And I would have boiled that at the same time with my elderberries. But the oils are concentrated, they're ready to go. I always have them on hand. They're more potent than the dried herbs. So it's a great addition in both flavor and properties. So I'm gonna use in mine 1 to 2 drops of cinnamon. Cinnamon's a pretty strong oil, so you can't take it out, but you can put it in. So I say start with 1 drop. You can always add more. Okay, so 1 drop cinnamon. That is a great immune supporting oil. We have ginger. This is wonderful for your digestive system. I like 2 drops of ginger in mine. 1, 2. And then we are gonna do some wild orange. You could do wild orange or lemon. Either would be great. They're both citrus. They both have cleansing properties. This is really more of a flavor preference if you want the wild orange or lemon. And it's a forgiving oil, so I do 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for me, 1 drop cinnamon, 2 drops ginger, and 4 drops wild orange or lemon. And you mix it up. Everything should be well mixed. And then we are going to pour it. You can pour it in a mason jar, whatever type of container you have. I have this 8-ounce glass bottle that I keep mine in. You're gonna wanna keep this in the fridge. It'll last for a couple weeks in the fridge. You do need to refrigerate it. And once again, you definitely wanna add that honey, otherwise it's just juice and you would need to drink that juice pretty quickly within a couple days. I take a teaspoon a day. My 4-year-old takes a little bit less than that. And if we feel like we're coming down, we're taking it every few hours. And I make a batch of this, I don't know, every few weeks or once a month at least during cold and flu season. And it works really, really great. So it's going to be not as thick as a store-bought one, but it's gonna definitely be as potent, if not more so. And it's going to be very cost-effective when you do it this way. So you will be able to put this in the fridge. It'll thicken up a little bit in the fridge and you can just pour it in a teaspoon. But have fun, enjoy. I get my elderberries from either the local apothecary in town, we have one of those, or in a pinch if they're out, which they run out of a lot. I got these on Amazon. This is the Frontier brand. It's organic. I can put a link to this in the video as well. But other than that, I used my raw honey, some water, and essential oils. So hope you enjoyed this video. Stay well, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.